guys, it's Kristen. I am here today to work on my outside of my cover for my garden journal and to also put some pockets on the inside of my garden journal. And I did pick out a couple of items or a few items for both things. So I have these pretty eco-dyed printables. I either got these from Nina Ribena or Visualized. I believe it's from Visualized, but I do also have some Nina Ribena printables that she had uploaded to the Facebook group for the Mixed Media Emporium. So, and then I have this card, which I'm going to actually cut this card in half and use these and actually put the eco-dyed prints over the top. So that's kind of what I want to do with that. And then I also did grab out, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm trying to use like stuff that I've had sitting in my little bin that's on my desk. And I've got these Tracie Fox fussy cut flowers that I've had, and I really have never used these like at all, which is a shame because they're so beautiful. So I want to use those. And I've got just this little piece of the blue French letter from TaylorMadeJournals, a piece of tea-dyed paper, and then the scrapbook paper, which I kind of liked just the grid part. I don't want the pink part, but I liked the grid part. So I thought we could use that for my cover. So, and that's kind of in keeping with the color scheme that I've got in my actual journal, which is like these kind of muted blues and greens. And I actually thought this flower would be kind of perfect. So I think that might be the flower we use, but I don't want to limit myself. So anyway, this is the signature, which again I've sewed together, and I just have the string tied around, and I just slide the signature in the string. So let's kind of get, now I have two eco-dyed prints, and I really like this one because you can actually see these patterns of the leaves. So my thought is to maybe just kind of glue the actual card on the back underneath where like this image of that leaf is. Sorry about that. Just grabbed out some glue and my punch since I am making pockets, and I mean it really doesn't matter which side I use, honestly. It's just card, and so it'll make for a stronger pocket, so I'll just use the front of it. Doesn't really matter. I'm covering it up anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day today. We're supposed to be getting some more weather in, you know, because we need more weather. And this is going to be like a mixed with rain, freezing rain, that kind of stuff weather event. So that's not really great. Okay, so that's the side I want it on. So I'm going to just flip that. And try. That's about right. Okay. So let's just get that. So I have these like Bath and Body Works cards that I just keep once they're empty, which is a nice little pressing thing. Okay, now I don't know what got on there. No idea. But okay, so I do want to leave this edge because I want to make these kind of, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's okay. Never mind. We're going to get back to that. I don't know what I did. Oh, jeez. Guys, I have stuff everywhere. I don't know what I did. Oh, they're right here. Anyway, my scissors. Okay. Let's just clear my workspace a little bit. Anyway, so it's Sunday and I'm filming this weather event that we're getting into is going to happen overnight tonight and into tomorrow. And tomorrow I actually start my new job. So tomorrow is Monday, obviously, if today is Sunday. And I am so excited about that. I really, really can't wait. I feel like I've got myself set up for success. I was just talking to my best friend and telling her that, like, since I've got hired on to this job, I have been kind of getting my workspace set up, and so yeah, I feel like I am ready for what's to come, and I'm excited for what's to come. Now, I did see, yep, right there. So, yeah, I'm so excited. Feel like I've been waiting for this opportunity for far too long, and it's just been quite a process to find, you know, this type of job, and I just feel very blessed that I get to actually, you know what, paper cutter. Okay. Used to have my paper cutter on my work desk, but now that's my work desk, so I have it to the left of me instead. But I want to measure this and actually cut this in half. But anyway, so yeah, I feel like I really have set myself up for success, and I can't wait to get started. So of course this is not really an even amount, so we've got, so it's just, hold on a second. It's actually about 6 1/4 or more than 6 1/4, right? 1, 2, okay, it's almost 6 1/2. So that means 6 1/2, 6 1/2 would be 1/4, 3, and just shy of 1/4, I think. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and just shy of 1/4. That looks about right? Is that 1/4? Yeah, so 3 and just shy of 1/4. Obviously, these are not going to be exactly even because I'm measuring poorly. So, yeah. But I am going to try and get this as straight as I can and as even as I can. And if I have to do a little extra trimming, well, I have to do a little extra trimming. But let's see. Oh, I did definitely do bad. Oh, that's also not really straight cutting at all. Okay, that's fine. You know, also the 3 is kind of in a bad spot because of, it's not really labeled where the 3 starts. It's fine. Excuses. It's paper. It doesn't really matter. It's fine. So, well, also would kind of like this fairly straight. Alright. Anywho, is that better? Yep, that's as close to half as it's gonna get. Okay, excellent. Great. So I started listening to, I had mentioned yesterday, I feel like I keep pushing this and so it's not filming straight. So, anyway, yesterday I mentioned that I've been listening to some like true crime podcasts. And I started that Long Island serial killer one today while I was doing my planner. I think I want the leaf on the top. And so yeah, I started that today. I haven't really gotten all that far into it, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. That looks as close to even as I'm gonna get. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh no, I do know why I didn't do that, because it's thick. It's fine. 2 separate pockets. They'll never be seen together. It just flies up. Alright. So, anyway. Yeah, so far it's pretty interesting. I'm not that far into it. In fact, I had to actually stop it in the middle of episode 1, and it is still it's still airing. Like it's not the complete series, so I think the next series comes out sometime this week, or not the next series, the next episode comes out sometime this week. I think there's 4 episodes out of a 7 or 8 part series. I'm not 100% sure how many total parts there are, but it sure is interesting, I'll tell you that. And the story has always been interesting to me because it's like police corruption and that kind of stuff. I mean, they have suspected that the actual serial killer was a cop. Then there was like the chief of police or whatever, some bigwig in the police department was like found later to be doing like illegal stuff, not exactly related to the case, but he was a corrupt cop. So it's kind of like this whole big like story, bigger than just these girls. So, and not that the girls don't matter, because they absolutely do. I don't care who you are. These girls did not deserve what happened to them. So it's called, actually, I can tell you the name of it, because if you're interested in this type of stuff, you might want to listen to the podcast. It's called Unraveled: The Long Island Serial Killer. So if you're interested, that's the name of the podcast. And so far I'm definitely already intrigued by what they're talking about, because it's definitely things that I haven't heard. And like I said, I've seen several, pretty much anything I can get my hands on about it. In fact, I've actually have on my list of books to read a book about, I think it's called The Lost Girls or something like that. That is a book about the case that I want to read. So it is something I'm very interested in. Being from Long Island, I worked at Jones Beach when I was in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. And my mom worked at Jones Beach when she was in her late teens. So Jones Beach, that Oak Beach Harbor, all of that stuff, Gilgo Beach, I remember distinctly driving past that neighborhood on my way to work, on my way to my grandparents' house, because they lived on Long Beach. Ocean Parkway was a road that we took a lot as a kid, and that's where these bodies were found, all along like Ocean Parkway, where the beaches are. So I have a very personal like attachment to it, because it's where I'm from, but I also know the area pretty well. I mean, we used to go to Robert Moses Beach as a kid, and so yeah, it's a well-known area. It's a very well-known area. and the neighborhood that I guess where the one girl, Sarah Gilbert, I think I want to say it's Sarah Gilbert, but where she's basically the catalyst that found all of it, because she had, I guess, gone there for a date. She was a prostitute and she went there for a date and ended up calling the police, and she disappeared into the like, it's basically the equivalent of woods, but it's these tall beach grass type brindle, not brindle, it's bramble something area where her body was found like months and months and months later. So anyway, it's definitely got, I know the area, I'm familiar with it enough, so highly recommend it, listening to that podcast. Anyway, as I go on my little rant, it's not even a rant, but I'm chatty today. I'm quite chatty today. I want to create some hinges. I have this Shabby Dabby Doodah kind of book page download. It's just handy and it's the right size for what I need. So I do want to make some hinges or whatever. They're not really hinges. I just want to make, I'll show you because I can't think of what it's called. I guess I could probably just tear that. So, also the race is on today. In fact, I think the race actually should be starting. Don't know what time it is. What time is it? Got my computer next to me. Oh yeah, it's 3:12. I think the race was supposed to start at like 3 today. So I'm missing some of it. Alright, first off, I'm going to fold that in half. This doesn't have to be exactly the same because it's going to be hidden. You're not going to see it, so. Alright. But it's copy paper and that's why I'm using it. So I want to have these pockets be a little bit where I can put, you know, multiple things in, not just a skinny little piece of paper. So my thought is to actually have like those kinds of pockets. First of all, let's do this. Let's trim this. And I will have to trim that as well, but yeah, so I want to glue that on there, but first I need to get that properly measured, and then okay, that wasn't right at all. Actually, it was supposed to be the other way. I'm so dumb. That's okay. It'll still work. I'll move it down a little bit. It'll be fine. Okay. So do you see what I'm saying? Like these gussets, I guess, is another way of saying gussets. So that's what I'm gonna do. So my pockets can be a little bit deeper. They'll have like extra room for tucking things. Gussets, I think, is actually the right terminology for it, if I remember correctly from watching someone. I'm just going to make these the same size, so this way they're, at least the pocket will be pretty well even. So, alright, I'm going to do, okay. So yeah, how's like the weather and stuff by you guys? Like, are you guys experiencing like snowfall and storms? I mean, I know this has been a little bit of a crazy winter, especially like in the south and stuff. They've been getting slammed pretty hard. So, in fact, my uncle actually lives in Texas, and he had sadly had a personal thing that had happened to him, but right before these storms hit, And so they're kind of struggling right now, my uncle and his family. So it's not actually been an easy month for him and his family. It's kind of crazy. But anywho. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2. So you just basically glue one side down to the pocket and the other side down to, I'm going to put these starting down at the bottom where that corner is. So, and then you glue this side and then across the bottom and then this side, and you'll have these, you know, kind of nice pockets. Now let's just make sure that's not glued together, because we don't want that. But okay, so we're gonna do that this way. Okay, I'm gonna have to change my mat soon. From my project from yesterday, it's gotten pretty dirty. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna leave that one to dry and work on this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to basically give myself about an inch or so, maybe a little bit more than an inch, but about an inch is fine. And then tear that off and do the same thing. And I do want to start putting notes in my journal because I am going to be starting my garden once I can get out to the garage, because right now that's not exactly an option I have. So yeah, it's been a lot of days in the house, I'll tell you that, not really being able to go anywhere because the weather is just really not cooperative. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing, just get this folded. So I think today, while the race is on, I'm gonna start 1984, which is the next book I want to read. I still have not done that, and so I would like to do that. Alright, we're going to basically do my triangle, and it's not because, well, it's mostly because, you know, I just haven't started it yet. I was watching too much stuff on Netflix and such this week. That's the excuse I'm using, and I'm sticking to it. I did actually watch, I stayed up till 2 o'clock one night this week, which I am not a night owl. Typically 11 o'clock comes and I am ready for bed. That's the latest I typically stay up. My husband, on the other hand, can stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning and not have any issues. But I am not like that. I like my sleep. Always have. Sleep is for me. So I was watching Vampire Diaries on Netflix, which I have seen, and I stopped watching because sometimes if a show gets too ridiculous, I just say, you know what, I don't want to watch this anymore. That started to get too annoying for me, so I stopped watching it. But I kind of wanted to go back and start it from the beginning and actually try and finish the series. So I did actually stay up till like almost 2 o'clock trying to finish the current season that I was on, which I think was season 4. So I did that. I finished season 4 and then I haven't started watching it. And the other thing I started rewatching because I think we're getting rid of our cable, which I'm totally fine with because really streaming is like the way to go. I think it's although now they're getting caught on to like the price gouging and stuff, but like to me streaming is definitely the way to go. So I think we're just gonna go with some streaming services. But it's nice. You get to watch shows that like you really loved and then they ended. And then you're like, but I really like that. I want to watch it again. So I actually started watching CSI on Hulu. For no apparent reason other than I haven't seen CSI in a really long time. It was a show I watched, you know, pretty regularly. Especially the reruns. I was telling my husband, I'm like, CSI is kind of like how Law and Order is now, like Law and Order SVU. It was on like every channel, and so that's pretty much how I saw it, was when it was on the reruns. I'm sorry guys, I'm just trying to trim that little bit right there. So yeah, I was like, you know what, I missed this show. And I never watched it after Ted Danson. Like, I never watched it when Ted Danson was on it. I really always liked Grissom, so. But it's a good show as well. And so I watched the pilot episode. And then I was planning on watching more, but I got sucked into YouTube, which happens. Okay, so we have 2 pockets that are made. And I got crumbs because my makeup thingy is starting to go. So, okay, let's get these pockets in. So I think we'll put this one here. And they don't have to fit perfectly. I mean, it's the pockets, it's fine. This is just to hold like anything really garden related that I want to keep record of, like the little sticks that you get with the, you know, when you buy flowers or whatever. I just want to keep like those. I like to keep those because they have like the care stuff on it, like the care, how to care for them. But I also like to keep those because they're a record of what I've grown in the past, especially if they're like annuals. And then, you know, I'll remember, oh yeah, I had those and those were gorgeous and I loved those. Maybe I can find those this year. So that's kind of why I like to keep those, because it's just a good, you know, it's like a record of what I planted. So, oh, I forgot to glue the bottom. That would be good, right? Otherwise, nothing's gonna hold in here. So I'm using my Tombow glue for no other reason other than that was what was within my reach, and that's what I grabbed. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I want these pockets. I think I'm also going to put some skinny pockets here. And I feel like this way I have more room for stuff. And if I've got extra seeds or whatever, I gave away the majority of my seeds last year of what I didn't use. I mean, really, if you think about it, you get a pack, let's say there's 100 seeds in it. I don't have a farm. I'm not planting 100 plants. I'm planting a handful of plants. So I ended up giving my seeds to my neighbors. But I don't know. I just want to have the seeds, and they do keep for a few years. So I want to kind of preserve my seeds. But yeah, this is kind of just, we'll give more room in here for this pocket. So of course you have to wait for the glue to dry for that to actually, you know, work. But okay, so let's get that. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're a gardener, you're kind of more aware of things, but if you're not a gardener, seeds, unless they're like organic seeds or heirloom seeds, they have made it where if you try to harvest your seeds, the seeds won't actually produce in the next crop unless they're specific like heirloom varieties, which heirloom is basically seeds that have come from other, like tomatoes, for example. Heirloom tomatoes, it's a common thing that you see like at farmers markets and stuff. Basically, farmers used to take the seeds that they would get from their produce and dry the seeds and save them for the next year. And of course, corporate greed is everything in this country and in the world, really. It's not even just in this country. And so they figured out scientifically that they could make it where you could do that all you wanted, but the seeds won't produce fruit. And so a lot of store-bought seeds that you get are those type of genetically modified seeds. And so therefore, if you try to continue to grow from what you have already, you won't be able to. So when I was purchasing seeds, I did not purchase my seeds from the store. Last year I did, but this year I didn't. I actually went online and I ordered, the majority of the seeds I ordered were organic seeds. Some of them weren't available in what I wanted, and that's fine. You know, that happens. I think I'm going to glue that down just to make that a little stronger because I do want to put a closure on that. And I think I'm going to use the glue stick and the Tombow glue just to make sure that it's stuck good down there, because this is all torn and it's just it's kind of a mess. So anyway, yes, that has made it to where farmers actually have to buy seeds every year because of the genetic modification and basically corporate greed. So, but you can actually, there are ways to get around that by buying heirloom varieties. Like if you go to farmer's market and you buy heirloom varieties, you can actually preserve those seeds. And organic also is another thing. You can typically get like seeds, and then you can harvest your own seeds. And I do that with certain things like sunflowers. You can do that with sunflowers. I have done it with morning glory flowers. They produce oodles of seeds, and if you harvest the seed pods in the fall, then you can actually plant and have morning glories in the next season. And I have done that in the past. So something to consider if you are going to start or have a garden. It's something to consider to buy organic and then harvest your seeds. You can harvest your squash seeds very easily. Like if you plant like any kind of squash, really, spaghetti squash, pumpkins, you can harvest pumpkins, anything that produces a seed, tomatoes, cucumbers. I mean, just take a few. I've done it with peppers too. Peppers, you just take your seeds, you dry them out, set them on a paper towel, dry them out, and then once they're dried, stick them in a little envelope. Don't stick them in plastic bags. If you stick them in plastic bags, they could grow mold on them and then they'll be useless. So just get envelopes and label the peppers, you know, easily. If you buy organic peppers, take some of the seeds and you can grow them next year. It's basically free seeds. You don't have to pay for. So I have done that as well. Taken organic peppers and saved the seeds. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this and make a couple of little pockets, like just where you can stick something small in. Yep. All right, so basically I'm just going to use the grid on here. So I feel like we're doing pretty good on this with the pockets. Ugh. I have sort of an idea. I don't want to do a whole lot on the front because it is going to be like an outdoor, you know, book that I keep. I have a rolling cart that my husband actually got, and I want to use that to like hold my book. So when I'm outside doing my gardening, whatever it is, I can keep track. Like if I fertilize once a week, I can keep track, or some fertilizing, you know, you do once a month. So it just depends on how you do it, but I can keep track of all of that. So yeah. All right. Great. So I'm going to ink that. I hope this is not like a boring video for you guys. I just thought I need to get this book done. Let's just bring you guys along and go from there. Also, I don't know, you know, with starting a new job, it's going to be a little overwhelming. It always is when you start a new job. You're learning new things and it's just kind of overwhelming. So I wanted to make sure I got a video in this week. And before I was feeling a little stressed or whatever. Because when I was talking to the paralegal I'm going to be working under, she's like, you're going to become overwhelmed and that's perfectly normal. And she said, but you know, we're a team and we're going to get you through it. And so I am at least prepared in that regard for that. So, all right. So we're going to just put these little pockets in. I'm not going to do gussets on these because it's in the flap. So what's happening here? Happening here? Oh, don't tell me you got a clog. How do you have a clog? Of course, because oh no, it's good. We're good. We're good. I just wasn't seeing it come out. There we go. There it is. I got it out. Okay. Alright, I think we'll put this one down here. I'm not putting it all the way to the bottom. I don't really feel like I need to. I just have these two little pockets, so. Alright. And then let's get this one down. I was watching Rachel yesterday do her that envelope kind of booklet journal thing that she's been making, and I'm behind on her. So it's like last week I think she filmed it, or the week before maybe. So yeah, let's just kind of hold those down a little bit. And yeah, so I'm thinking with regards to a closure, I don't really have like elastic stuff, but I do have some old headbands, and I'm almost thinking of using those. So I had long hair at one point for a while, and so I was wearing like these elastic headbands. So I might try to use one of those, just because again, this is not for decoration. This is a functional journal. This is not just for keeping in the house and writing in or collaging in. This is going to be a working, you know, journal. So yes, it's still pretty, of course, because that's what we do, right? Okay, so we've got our pockets done, and I think those are awesome. They came out really nice. We've got that, and we've got that, and we've got these little pockets here. We can stick little things in, And then I'm going to put like an eyelet in here. This is actually protected, so it's kind of the perfect place to put it because it's got like a protective coating of some kind of tape adhesive, but that will help also with closing it. So, and anyway, yeah, let's work on the cover. I hope I recorded this. Yeah, I did. I hit record. Okay. Sorry, had a little momentary lapse there. Alright. So, I like the idea of using the grid paper because it just, to me, is, I don't know. It just, I like the idea of that. So, I'm going to snip this top off here. And that's a good scrap, so I'll keep that, because of course I keep pretty much all my scraps. But other thing I have to consider is this is gonna have to have, where'd that go? I would not keep the pink on there, but that's actually, okay, sorry guys, just had a thought. Oh, I don't really want that scrap there. Okay. Alright, I gotta stand up. I kind of been sitting a little bit too long. Okay, so what if we kind of have something like that, you know, where that kind of lines up a little bit, right? And we can put, you know, I don't know what we'll put there, but I think that's kind of where I'm going to go. So I'm going to keep that scrap, use that, then that sheet of paper is gone. Yay! 1 12 by 12 piece of paper gone. Now, here's what I was thinking. I have that, and let's see. Oh, there they are. I have this. I almost know. You can tell it's upside down. So I have that. I know this is big, but I don't mind that. And I feel like maybe, oh, where do we put that there? Oh, see, that's kind of nice, right? So you can see the flower. And then we can put, I don't know, a label or something there. Just feel like I need a little bit more layering. I'm definitely, you know, a layering person, but need some kind of layering. Oh. Okay, I have this washi, this Tim Holtz washi. I don't even know which one this is. It just says TH93674. So whatever that is. But it's got some kind of fun stuff on here. Like, just want to see. I was thinking something. Nope, not that one. Not that one. What's that one? Oh, that's kind of fun. And actually, that one. That's the one I want to do. Okay. I used these in another project recently. What did I use it in? Oh, I used it in a journal entry in my junk journal that I purchased. Yeah. Okay. Really, I want that label part, so I know it sounds silly, but I want that label part. So I'm gonna tear that there. And I want that 4%. Okay. So we might put that other piece somewhere else, but my thought was let's just kind of put this in the middle-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm gonna glue that down on there. Yes. And we're gonna ink it first. Because that's what we do, right guys? We ink everything. Just felt like I needed something else. You ever feel like that when you're crafting? It's like, I need something. What do I need? I don't know. I'm going to use glue stick because it is thin tea-dyed copy paper. Not coffee dyed. Copy paper and washi tape, which is also very thin. This washi tape is pretty good though, I have to say. It's pretty good. I have other washies that are not great. Okay. Alright. I think my husband put the race on. Alright, so we've got that there, and we're gonna put that flower there. I like that. I kind of move that down a little bit and move that flower up a little bit. Yep. Okay, and I've already inked this because I was looking at using this in something else. So I'm just going to glue this down. And this is on card. Oh, wait. Let's actually glue the French paper down. I'm not going to ink that, but I will ink this. I don't feel like the French paper needs inking. I like kind of the way it looks. But I am going to ink around this just a little or a lot. Messily. Okay, so we're gonna slide this over. I should have grabbed like blue paper and I didn't because I wasn't really thinking about that. So just gonna do this right here. That's okay. Like I said, this mat needs to be changed. Alright. It'll dry. It'll be fine. Go. And we're going to get that glued on now. Oops. Okay. Ooh, okay. I think my husband made some kind of a thing that he's throwing around the house on his 3D printer. Whoops! We broke something apparently. It's great. What? What was that, honey? No, what was that? Uh-huh. Why don't I believe you? Uh-huh. Why don't I believe you? And yes, I am still filming, and this is all on camera, honey. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't think so. Husbands, they're like having children. I am doing a quick video. It's only 3:45. Alright. Okay. So I feel like I want to just kind of keep that like it is. Just because I really like the way that looks. It's simple, and like I said, this is going to cover most of it, so that's what you're really going to see when this is closed. So I feel like I need a little bit more here. Okay. Oh. I don't know what he's barking at now. Although maybe my Amazon packages have come because I ordered some stuff because I'm home. Going out isn't exactly an option. I can't tell you guys, have you ever had that moment in your life where like everything kind of dies at the same time? Or where you run out of stuff all at the same time? Like, for example, let's say you ran out of shampoo, deodorant, and toilet paper all at the same time, and that's not something that typically happens because those things, you know, I mean, toilet paper, yes, you have to buy more often, but like deodorant and stuff doesn't, you know, it takes a minute for it to run out. So I'm having that situation. And it's not with like toilet paper or anything. It's with appliances. So this week, it turns out that my microwave is in the process of dying. It's not dead yet, but it's not heating up food properly anymore. And then I had my crock pot debacle, where my crock pot is not cooking food properly anymore, and I had to throw out an entire crock pot full of food because it did not cook it properly, and it was chicken, so I really didn't want to even try to resurrect it because chicken sitting for hours, no, you just don't do that. So yeah, I decided I'm not going to get a new crock pot. I actually remembered I have an older crock pot in the basement, somewhere in a box, because I never took it out after we moved. But I think I'm going to break that one out. But I have an Instant Pot, which has a crock pot feature. So I think I'm just going to use those for now and not really worry about the crock pot. Okay. Now we have to figure out how we are doing this, which definitely needs inked. So it looks like that. But yeah, it's like this week, it's like, I don't know, it's like I've had my microwave. I was telling my mom that. I'm like, I've had this since like I first moved out. I think I maybe was 23 when I got that. I'm gonna be 42 in September, so I'm 41 now. So my microwave has lasted 18 years. So I don't really feel bad that it's going because I really did get like 20 years out of it. That's not a normal thing for a microwave or any appliance, literally any appliance, to last that long. These days, I should say these days. So yeah, I feel like I just want to see. Do I want a little music tucking out of there? Maybe. I just have to figure out what I kind of want my focal-y thing to be. I do have like a bunch of these sticker flowers, the washi sticker flowers in here. just see what I have. That could be pretty. We could put that like down there. It's just white and simple. And then maybe, I don't know. Got that one. Ooh, a branch. I think the branch is kind of fun, actually. I like the branch. I might just use the branch. I might use that branch, and oh, that's the back. And maybe have that branch as well that has acorns on it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I feel like that's going to be cute. Yeah. Didn't know there was a branch in there. Anyway, so I've got those stickers that I found, and I took those out. Okay, so let's put that music paper down, but let's just ink it. I've got those. And then I think maybe I'm just coloring it. Like, I don't care about the edges. I just want it to look a little bit more dingy. It's too clean for me. Though I could do that, which I didn't think about. Maybe we'll do that instead. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, we're doing that instead. So I basically just wasted that ink. That's okay. I like that side better. Okay. Anywho. Alright, let's just make sure. Yep. That's fine. Okay, we're going to stick this down, which I think I'm going to just do this now. I don't know why I don't want this one as perfect. Maybe because it's the cover and it's going to be all torn. I don't know. But it's fine. Alright. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, I do want to get this finished because the race is on, and my driver is Martin Truex Jr. Basically, I really like him because I feel like first of all, he's from New Jersey, which is close to New York, where I'm from. It's not just that, though. The first time I really got interested in NASCAR, because frankly I was never interested, and told my husband, I'm like, I'm never gonna watch this. It's just cars going around in circles. It's stupid. Well, going to a NASCAR race actually changed that. That's really what changed it for me, because I actually went to a race. My husband, his favorite driver is and will forever always be Jeff Gordon. He loves Jeff Gordon. And we had the opportunity to actually see him drive after he had already retired. So it was like, no, I'm not gonna let my husband miss this opportunity to see his favorite driver drive for the last time. It turns out it was one of the last times, because Dale Earnhardt Jr. got into a bad wreck that year and had a concussion and was not able to race his car, so Jeff Gordon raced for him. Anyway, yada yada yada. So that's really how I got into NASCAR. But when it was kind of starting for me was the year that okay, I can't do that with my nails. Let's not cut myself now with my blade, which I'm picking up with my fingers. Okay, so anyway, it was the year that Martin Truex won the championship. And that had been a really rough year for them. His longtime girlfriend has been battling ovarian cancer. In fact, it was announced in the last few months that she had gotten it back, like it came back. So it's again another rough year for them, but I just loved how he had just this humility, I guess. Humbleness. That's it. Not humility. This humble way about him. Going through all this stuff, and then when he wins the championship, it was just, he wasn't like, I don't know, it was just how he handled that whole season. The challenges that they went through, and then to come out and then win the championship, and how he just was so humble. That was it for me. After hearing about his girlfriend and then hearing, you know, all the stuff that they went through that year, it was like, yeah, this driver's got something more to him than just being a cocky driver. Like, he's not. He's so far from being a cocky driver. So I just, yeah, I really appreciated that about him, because a lot of these drivers are that. They are cocky and they think, you know, they're all that and a bag of chips, and he just doesn't have that about him. He knows what struggle is. So does his girlfriend. Sadly, unfortunately, she's going through chemotherapy again, and she's got this, they have this, the Martin Truex Foundation, and then she has her own Sherry Strong hashtag, and she, I mean, they're all about, they have a dog that they go and visit children with cancer. I mean, this is their life. Like, this is a huge part of their life. And I really appreciate someone who struggles and comes out on the other side, and they certainly have. They both have. And I pray to God that she comes through this second cancer diagnosis. She's currently going through chemotherapy now. She had to have surgery. So yeah, I don't know. I really love Martin Truex Jr. He's my driver. So, wow, guys, I love this cover. I love it. I love it. So, all right. Anyway, I'm done with my little chatty Cathy session. I am going to go watch the rest of the race. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's see if we can. Let's put this up here. I don't really care for what it says, but I have it here, so let's just get it on there. Okay. There we go. Yes. I love this. So there you have it, guys. That is... Okay, what's happening? Oh, that's what's happening. That is my cover. That is a finished journal. This is now going to be written in. It's going to be a record of my gardening for 2021 season. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's get this back in. So that's always a good thing. And then, I mean, I guess I could do a little quick flip through of it. I haven't written anything in it yet. So, okay, what's happening? Just trying to get this in, guys. I might have to... Okay, there we go. Great. Perfect. So I'll just do a little quick flip through of it for you. We've got some mulberry paper with some stamping. AntiquePaperie, some grid paper. Just a painted piece of mixed media paper. Some stamping, some washi. Very minimal decorations. AntiquePaperie, just some lined paper, dictionary paper. I have a little, I can, you know, seal that and put a picture or something in there. Some washi on tea-dyed paper, more lined paper. I know you guys have seen this before. Music paper. This is a piece of AntiquePaperie. That's the other side. And then I painted and stamped on it. Just some tea-dyed paper. Lines, scrapbook paper, tea-dyed with stamping and washi, grid paper. This was a painted paper with stamping and some washi. Some more lined paper. tea-dyed. This is just a scrap piece of just copy paper, music paper, more lined paper. Just a quick flip through, guys. I'm only going to the center. This is a crunchy piece of tea-dyed paper. And then the center is just my AntiquePaperie, the clock and the bee I stamped on there. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not a whole lot going on in the back. There's a couple of spots with some painting and some stamping, and that's most of the back of this. I didn't really do that on purpose, but it's mostly just kind of blank. There's a little doodle. That's the other side of that painted paper with the washi I put down there. So yeah, it's pretty much it, guys. So again, I'm not going to do the whole closure. It's basically just going to be an eyelet and some twine or like an elastic headband that I'll just use as a closure. So, but that's it. There's the gardening journal cover and pockets installed, and a very simple journal that I'm going to use outside. I will probably just go over this with either Mod Podge or gel, matte gel medium, just because it is going to be, you know, out in the elements. I'm not leaving it outside to get rained on, but it's going to be in my garage. So garage is a garage. But all right, guys, there you go. That's it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.